Hey there YouTube, it's Os with ASM Auto. Back with a new video for you guys. I promised I would do one this weekend since I missed last weekend. And it's a two-part video. The first part is a tool haul. I'm going to show you some new tools I got. I think you're going to like them. And then the second part is going to be a full shop tour. So we'll walk around the property. I'll kind of show you the different aspects of the shop and also show you where I have some of my other tools, like my snap-on scan tool. So let's get into it. All right, so I didn't bother to pull any of the tools out since they're all in their new place. So we're going to have to find these tools. We'll have to discover them together. Let's see how good my memory is of my own tool setup. All right, so first, I think you might have noticed there was more stuff up here during the roll cart tour that I missed. And first up, we've got my chrome snap-on swivel sockets. Those are the welded pin ones. I should say universals technically, and those are the only universals I'll use, or like the 1/4" snap-ons. I do have a Carlisle set for SAE, but I don't have the universals in 3/8 or 1/2, and I don't plan to ever get them. So moving on, let's see. We've got this is actually from an old Sunex set. As you saw in the tour, oh, not that drawer. We'll get to that. As you saw in the tour, I've actually got snap-on 1/4" impact swivels. And so I used to have a master set of Sunex, as I've mentioned before. And these are all the odd sizes or the sizes that are not in the snap-on set. So that kind of gives me a complete set. And those are all Sunex, as I mentioned. Back here is a Koken, I think it's a 5/16 bit driver adapter. So you can use, the larger impact bits with a, something like your little 1/4" driver handle or whatever you want to use. An impact even. Then we've got two Koken spinners. Those are the 3/8 and 1/4" spinners, if you want to put those on your ratchet. And then next to that, we've got a Mac pinned 1/2" impact swivel with a pin detent. We've got a Matco 1/2" pinless impact swivel with a pin detent. And then we've got a Matco 3/8 pinless swivel impact, and then we got a Matco 1/4" pinless swivel impact. Love those Matcos. They're just like the the pinless swivel socket sets that they have made in USA, of course. And the next to that is the two Koken Zeals, which are kind of like the impact swivels, but technically are universals. Anyway, they're chrome. I guess they're more swivels than universals, but they're pretty sweet too. Next to that, I've got two random Mac sockets for those the worm gear clamps. One is I think that's 1/4", and that's 5/16, pretty sure. And those are 1/2", those are 1/4" mid-length made in USA Mac sockets. And then over here, I've got the Koken Zeal naturally stubby sockets in 1/4" metric. And then up here is those are the Koken nut grip sockets. All right, so let's get into the new stuff. So I did add a new ratchet to my collection. It is this guy right here. To make room for it, I stuck my beloved Proto 1/4" into 3/8 body over here. So yeah, the last thing I needed was another 1/4" to 3/8. There's a right, but being such a fan of the Cornwell 30-tooth ratchets, as I mentioned in the previous video, I think they're the best mechanisms. I saw this on the truck and I just kind of wanted to add it to my collection. It's old school 30-tooth Cornwell 3/8 and a 1/4" body. I've also got 3/8 stubby. That's one of my oldest Cornwell ratchets. Obviously, like I said, this one's a much newer one. But yeah, there's the 3/8 stubby, and then you've got the 1/4" and the 3/8. Well, let's see if we can get a better view here. Hold on. Let's slide that out some more. Yeah, and you've got the 1/4" and the 3/8 right next to it. You can't quite see it because it's below the other one, but yeah, it is quite a bit stubbier. So pretty nice. There's the part number TR32, made in the original factory in the original style with that super sweet little reversing dial. Yeah, I guess you'd call it a reversing dial. I love that thing over the little switches. I just think the dials are so cool. I'm glad that Cornwell still does that. All right, moving on to the next thing. I finally became part of the Insider Club. Yeah, you knew this was coming. Come on. I was kind of hoping I could get one for free from that Home Depot program, but no, They got wise to that, so I didn't get that lucky. I don't think they even offered it because they got enough of these in the hands of the influencers on YouTube. They've been shifting their strategy, which I guess does make sense, but regardless, I paid for this and got it, happy with it. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but just testing it out. I should say I haven't used it in a repair. It's brand new, but just testing it out, it's awesome. I mean, it really is. It's longer than even the Brute 3/8 there, a little bit longer. The sockets that it comes with obviously are what make it, and the fact that it comes with those sockets is pretty cool. Interestingly, I looked at the box, and this is made in Mexico. The sockets are made in China. So it's almost it's a North American tool. It's almost a USA tool. If it sneaks across the border, it'll be a made in USA tool. So there it is. And I know you've seen plenty of videos on the Insider. So I'm sure you'll see it again in a future video. And there's one more in this drawer. I added wrong drawer. Should be one up. Yeah, so my regular size Mueller-Kupps wrench extender had a Matco baby. That's the Matco, the smallest wrench extender you can get. And we'll see if it actually comes in handy. What made me purchase it is I was in a situation where I had some bleeder screws that didn't want to come off. And this actually, not so much that I wanted to put extra torque on them, but it would have kind of gave me an angle for reach where I could have kind of worked them loose. I was able to get them off with just a traditional flare nut wrench, but it was kind of one application I thought about. Obviously, you have to be very careful with small things. You have to use your brain, but I look at that maybe not so much as adding leverage, but just adding reach. So we'll see if it actually ends up coming in handy. My Matco tool dealer said that's the first one he's ever sold. So people haven't caught on to that yet. Like I said, I kind of bought it before I had a specific use for it since I already got out of that jam, but we'll see if I use it in the future. I'll try to find uses for it. I think it could end up being handy. And then also, this was kind of funny. I thought we had a vacuum, basically a hand vacuum pump for testing vacuum. And I was in the middle of a diag. I needed to, what did I need? What did I need to pressurize? What was that? Purge valve. I think that's what it was. Yeah. I think it was a purge valve that I had to pressurize. And really the only thing I could get in there with was like a hand pump. And I looked around for one. I could have sworn there was one in the shop, and I literally could not find it. I ran down to Harbor Freight. I did not charge the customer for this time. Let me get that across. But I ran down to Harbor Freight. I got this Mityvac kit, and so there it lives now. Now I have one. And obviously it works great. It's a nice kit. Every mechanic probably owns that kit or something similar. You can use it for brake bleeding and other stuff. But I mainly just wanted a vacuum, a quick vacuum test hand pump. And that's what I got. And it had the right fitting and everything. So that was sweet. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh, here's the next thing. Oh, wrong drawer. At least we're in the right vicinity, though. I also added 2 new Cornwell wrenches because they were on sale in the latest flyer. And those are, as you can see, those are the mountain style wrenches branded Cornwell in the large sizes. So as you may know from the tour, I've got the Matco set 8 to 19. And this Cornwell set adds 21, 22, 24, and 27, which is pretty sweet. I do have this gear wrench set. Now, they're not zero offset on the ratcheting end, but they are on this end. And that covers 21, 22, and 24. But it's kind of nice to have the Cornwells, with that 0 degree ratchet or the offset ratcheting end. And then also that's my only 27 millimeter wrench. And then if you've seen some of my older videos, you recognize that guy. I actually use that with some of my dies, kind of as like a die wrench, for my tap and die set, because it's 1 inch and most of the snap-on dies are 1 inch, like 12-point dies. So that Williams, it's Williams too, same company. Cool. I just remembered another thing that I got since the last time I did a video. Whoop. It's at the top here. It's the only place I could stick it or fit it. And what this is a plastic welding kit from off of Amazon called Allturn. It seems like this company is actually like a legit plastic welding company. They're not just, there are Chinese knockoffs that look just like this, but I don't think this company is one of the Chinese knockoff companies. And while I say knockoffs, like some of them are actually decent. Like some of the products are actually good, but some of them not so much. However, I think Allturn is a legit company, and this kit's kind of cool. So it comes with your plastic welder, and there's the tip, obviously. It comes with these two things for like smoothing out the plastic. It kind of comes with a couple of tools that you're going to use, like to, you know, cut the plastic staples off. So these cutting dikes are actually half decent, believe it or not. And then same with this little comes with a razor blade. I mean, you know, that stuff is whatever. The main reason I bought it is because it comes with a crap ton of these staples and in different styles. And then it also comes with the, if you need some filler, it comes with all like the filler rods and stuff. So it's like a complete kit. And I just looked at it as like, I don't really care about these. I'll use them because they work with this stuff. But I looked at this gun as just kind of like a bonus. So, you know, it is wired, but it seems to work very well. And what I plan to use instead of that gun, probably most of the time, although I am going to test that out to see how good it is, where is it? Oh, it's back there now. That's right. I had to move it because of my Mityvac hand pump. So this, I've mentioned this before. I really like the SKR Max soldering kit. The original SKR didn't do it for me. It wasn't powerful enough. The SKR Max fixes all of its problems, except for the fact that it is it is a lithium battery, so you have to recharge it. And if you're doing I'd say if you do really thick wire, like for example, I had to rewire the resistor connector for the blower motor for a Ford Transit, and it had really thick wires. And I started out with this. I wanted to see how it did, and it did pretty well for a while, but eventually it lost its charge. So like larger jobs, you know, it does have the limitation of you've got to recharge it. It's not like, say, the Milwaukee where you can pop in a new battery. That's one advantage for the Milwaukee. But this thing like heats up instantly, and it's super intense. And it can do anything, while it's got a good charge. But anyway, I am digressing a lot in this video. I don't know why. Hopefully you guys don't mind that, the random talks, the random talking. But this thing right here, you can buy as an individual part. It actually comes with the Matco plastic welding kit, and you can put it on this guy, and then you've got your plastic welder. So basically you've got the exact same thing. Yeah, it looks like they line up pretty identically. So it's nice to have options. But like I said, I will try this guy out too. I mean, it looks awesome. I love blue. And, I've got enough connections around the shop so I can plug it in and see how it does. Okay, so now that we got our toolbox, now that we got our tool haul out of the way, we're going to move on to a shop tour, so follow along. All right, so I want to see if I can, yeah, I'm as zoomed out as I can get here. So let's back up a little bit. You know, you guys already know my box. This is the corner I film my videos in. So why don't we go this way? There's my roll cart. There's my service cart. There's our shuttle, basically our customer shuttle. So we've got some of our gas tanks over here for welding. As you can see, there's we call a GST box. I bought that to keep like random tools for entry-level mechanics. I'm thinking about maybe turning it into a diag cart or just getting another one. Creating a diag cart would be kind of cool. I do have actually got a TV monitor with my Zeus, a nice one, so I actually could create an actual diag cart. There's the Icon heavy duty or outside, and sort of like, mid to heavy duty truck creeper. That thing's pretty sweet. All right, and we've got our lifts. These lifts are Bishiman. They're made by Bishiman is a Japanese company. They used to manufacture lifts in the United States for another company, so they were rebranded, and then that company started manufacturing opened their own manufacturing facility. So Bishiman started competing with them and marketing under their own name. And they were in America probably until the mid-90s, maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure. They did pull out, but these lifts are so well made and they're so popular that you can still buy replacement parts, even to this day. So these lifts probably go back to the 80s. And they're built like tanks. I mean, the only real issue I have here is like the height on them limits what I can do. So for example, if we're servicing a if we're servicing like, you know, one of the tall, it's not called a tall boy, but, you know, one of the tall boy, you know, Pro Masters, you know, the commercial Pro Masters, for example, we can only pick it halfway up the lift. So early on when we needed work, we had lots of free time. So we did do some engine and transmission swaps, you know, the hard way. We do have an alignment rack, but I don't want to tie that up either. And once we got busier, we had to outsource those, you know, on the taller commercial vehicles. You know, obviously, consumer vehicles, normal height vehicles, up to medium duty, you know, we can still do transmission and engine swaps, or you know, trans swaps would be the main one, but it's not fun when you can only get it like this far off the ground because of the height limitations. All right, and then we have some nuts and bolts. We have one of our jacks. There's our snap-on battery tester, or I should say battery charger. There's my employee Caden's Husky box. Maybe we'll have him do a toolbox tour at some point. There's his Craftsman box. There's our workbench with a old school DeWalt grinder. Some of our oil filler bottles. There's a Napa jack and the Harbor Freight Daytona jack in the original yellow color. Had that for a while. All right, there's another jack. Now there's another specialty jack. There's our bead bazooka for adding a little extra air when we do tire changes. There's our Coates tire changer. You know, it's getting a little old, but it still works great. I don't have the funds to upgrade that anytime soon. So it continues to deliver for us. It does great. The only thing I've really had to do is repair the airline, which I just put fittings on, and it's good as new. All right, and then we've got some more tire changing. Here's our tire balancer. This one is Hunter. It's also very good. It's been working great. And there's some of our tanks for our bulk fluids, like 0W20, for example. We get those from Napa. There's some other, you know, specialty engine oils. There's a dehumidifier. That's one of the best things you can put in your shop because, yeah, you can't air condition a shop like this. It would, you know, there's too much seepage. But dehumidifier, two of these guys, they're not that big. That's like for an office. As you can see, it can handle a shop environment. I got that from Home Depot. Two of those keep this shop at 60 degrees or 60% humidity or below, which means even in the dead of summer, you can work in here and feel maybe hot, but comfortable. So that's really the key. And obviously it protects your tools. All right, so over here, we've got some other bulk fluids. We've got our two compressors. That one is ancient. It still works, but it's mainly a backup. This one's been a tank, this OEM. We inherited that, but it's actually worked great. The only thing I've changed on it are the filters. And as you can see, everything is, you know, everything is plumbed. It's hard piped, the airlines. I did all that over here myself. Up until this point, this was already here, thankfully. And those airlines run hard all the way down all the lifts and the alignment rack, as you can see. And at the connection point, then we switched to the hoses. And then the fittings that I put on my airlines are all, they're a German company. I think it's Prevost. Actually, you know what? Let me show you one of those. We'll come back to that. I want to show you some other stuff over there. Oh, looks like an employee didn't wind up the airline very well. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. These guys right, yeah, Prevost. I can see it on there. You can kind of see it. Yeah, Prevost looks like one, but it's actually Prevost. These things are amazing. I installed these when we first got here. Same with the fittings. You know, they're a little pricier, but the thing is, if you find them in the right place, they're actually not that bad. Like there's places on eBay and the internet where you can get these, but these things are just phenomenal. They work so well. Push button release. Yeah, and I haven't had a single one fail. And so I went with Prevost fittings as well, air fittings, which are also affordable. All right, so over here, I put all this in. I I just changed the desiccant beads on that guy. So this is our desiccant filter. It's a five filter system, and I'm counting 4 there, but I think it's 5 stages. So 4 filters, 5 stages. And this came from, who are they? They call them, they were New Masters, like the brand, but it's actually, it's an American company, and they're really good. I mean, they have excellent service. Who is that? Aero Pneumatic is the name of the company, Aero Pneumatic. They've got these 2 guys that I think their phone numbers are actually listed on the website that, you know, will answer all of your questions and are very helpful. I think it's like Doug and George from Aero Pneumatic. So I love that, and I love the service I've gotten. I actually had to warranty the original ring had an issue at the top, and it was causing it to leak. And so I had to like crank it down super hard to stop it from leaking. And it was determined that ring was actually defective. And when they sent me a new ring, I can almost tighten it tight by hand. I do use a strap wrench to just kind of give it a little extra tweak, but I don't go too crazy. And so now, you know, at normal tightness, it works perfectly fine, no leaks. So I'm quite happy with it now. And the nice thing about that is it takes all the water out of the airlines. So again, it protects your tools. It protects the lines. So we've got, there's our torch right there. There's our sparkle wrench. That thing's awesome. I've got some wiper blades in stock. We've got like a gazillion filters, like every type of filter, air, cabin, oil filter you could possibly want. We've got a rich collection of drain plug gaskets. We've got these guys. These things are great. You know, obviously the oil collectors. And, you know, more random stuff. There's one of our Top Don battery testers. Back here is back here is our old Napa battery tester. Still works great, but quite a bit more expensive, especially these days. I think this thing's like $400 or $500. So these Top Dons, they also print, and they're a heck of a lot cheaper. So I switched to, this should not be up here. Anyway, moving along. We've got some Autel TPMS machines. All right, coming over here. Then we have like, you know, ATF fluids, all kinds of different things. We have the different cleaners, engine cleaners, intake cleaners, all that good stuff, brake fluid, more filters. Yeah, we're pretty much, we're armed for some serious business here. We've got brake clean. Let's see, what else? Now, the one lift I'm not super happy with is this bend pack. I mean, it's functioning fine for now, but as you can see, it hasn't held up all that well. And it was kind of in this condition when we took over. I think we've treated things with a lot more respect than our predecessors. But this bend pack is, you know, it's the only Chinese lift. It really needs to be upgraded at some point, but yeah, it's by far the youngest. It's only several, you know, maybe 7 or 8 years old. At this point, it might be 10. But anyway, it holds up. It's, you know, we do all our alignments there. And you can see the Hunter alignment machine right there. That thing also works great. Behind that, you see a big, you know, that's kind of like where we collect our waste oil. That big tank there. All right, got a ancient refrigerator. All right, let's go back this way. You can see some more of the lifts. There's my Jeep. Got a hoist over here, pressure washer. It's been very nice, Ryobi gas powered. Yeah, as you can see, these airlines are nice. So it comes down, you know, it connects to the hose, and then of course the Prevost fitting. There's another battery charger maintainer. This one is Schumacher. Very good, very good. All right, then we got a big old garage door here. Let in a little sunlight as that lifts up. Then over here we've got like washer fluid, coolant, some a snow shovel that doesn't fit in the shed out back, some other stuff, some other pieces of equipment. So we've got like the brake flush machine there. We've got our R134 machine there. I haven't invested in the R1234YF yet. They're pretty expensive. See if you can see. I don't feel like pulling them out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh. It would be our, like, now we're upside down. This would be like our trans flush machine. We got all our fittings and adapters there. Pretty nice. Got another cart there. We have our shop box with all our miscellaneous shop tools. I guess I could give you a tour of that at some time. It's just not as exciting or interesting. We'll open it up, take a peek in there. Oh yeah, and this thing's pretty sweet too. This engine bay creeper. I've used it for other things besides that. It's pretty nice. This is where I put all the stickers. So someday maybe I'll fill up the whole box. So here's a quick view. There's our smoke machine. Quick view. Mostly like backup specialty tools and stuff like that. I have a lot of the stuff that I need in my box over there. But yeah, so for example, the only master pressure tester adapter kit is here. As I mentioned, it's Proto. There it is. That's the one I use instead of the snap-on I showed in the video, because it comes with the pump itself, as well as all the the full adapter set. This is for the AC. This is for flushing the AC system, because we're going to be doing like a massive AC system overhaul in a car. So I just got that. I think I mentioned this in a video. I bought that kit from OEM Tools, and it doesn't come with a pressure regulator. So we run like 150 PSI, and I want to regulate it down to basically 125 or lower. So I built my own little regulator. And of course we have our shop press, which has been working great. And that was another thing I inherited. We've got a workbench over here. We've got a bunch of fluid extractors. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one actually belongs to Joe. These 3 belong to the shop. We've got some nice heavy duty jacks there, with like the safety catches or the inserts that keep them from slipping. And what else? Oh, I see the trimmer was left here. All right, so what else? I think we covered everything over here. There's our customer drop, the night drop basically. There's a very handy jack stand. We've got some filter adapters for oil changes there. Brake clean. All right, coming over here. So this is basically where we receive and return parts. This is kind of like parts receiving and returning. This thing was tossed. I put in a new heater not too long ago, or a little while ago, but got a new pan for it. I tried to make that one work, but it didn't quite, it wasn't, actually I did make it work, but it wasn't big enough. So I recovered the fitting that I added. Anyway, now we've got a bunch of specialty oils like BMW spec oils, VW spec oils, Euro, etc. down there. Mobile ones, for the cars that require a little extra attention. Now we got our pig mats down there. Got some gas cans. Got a computer setup station there. That was an old emissions analyzer system. It's mostly gone. There's parts that you can't get into unless you break into. So we more or less use it as a table now. So here's the new emissions analyzer station. You got the printer, you've got your gas cap tester, gas cap adapters, and the computer's in there somewhere. In there. And actually, I'm sorry, it's locked in there. Yeah, it's locked in the bottom. But what else? Oh yeah, and then this is the thing that you actually connect to your OBD2 port. So I put an extension on it so you're not constantly pulling it out of there just in case that gets damaged. I think that just pretty much covers it for here. All right, why don't we do this? Let's walk outside, walk around the property, then we'll come back to this point, and then we'll check out the reception area in the office. So, walking out to 30 here, there's our street sign. So as you know, we're ASM Auto. And that is true. We do have a 5-star Google rating. Every review we've gotten over the last 4 years has been 5 stars, except for 2 1-stars from people who tried to scam us. So we're doing it right around here. And there's the building, and there's my new sign, courtesy of Napa. It looks awesome at night, as does that one. That one was actually made to last 50 years. It was done the old-fashioned way, with 3M materials, hand cut. So that is not screened. That is literally hand cut. All right, and there's the front. That's where our customers pull up. That's my 2001 Pontiac, which also has ASM Auto stickers on the side. So it's kind of like a second shop vehicle. There's 2 of our tire displays. It's going over here. We also rent U-Hauls. That's our clothing drive collection. There's one of the U-Hauls that, oh, actually that one's back. I can process that. This one over here, the customer locked his keys in it. So we're in the middle of dealing with that situation. Smart, right? There's the drop box. You know, you can literally see the orange box when you pull in that van. And he was late, or else I would have been here and I could have told him that leaving your keys in a van is a really dumb idea. All right, so moving on. That's where we actually do 24/7 pickups for U-Haul. So you can come here in the middle of the night and get a U-Haul. We keep them locked in there. There's less going on back here. That's my plow that hooks up to the YJ, the Jeep. So sometimes we get like 26-foot U-Hauls and I don't have enough room to park it. So what I do is I block off a spot for it with this. There's a guy that actually rents from us. Oh, that reminds me, I have to bill him for May. I forgot. So a guy rents from us to keep his wood chipper here. Awesome dude. He's also an auto repair customer. There's our, our trash and recycling. We actually generate a lot more recycling than we do trash, which is kind of nice. Walking over here, there's our shed. Yeah, here's the back door. It's usually propped or unlocked so that our suppliers can pull right up here and put the parts in there and pick up the returns if there are any, like cores and unneeded parts and whatnot. So walking along the building, all the way around. Not much to say here. Like I said, there's our night drop. There's the front door. There's our official inspection station sign. Coming back inside. You know, it's funny, we don't sell a lot of Continentals. We do sell a lot of Nexans, and I think this is Yokohama over here. Yeah, Nexans and Yokohamas. Had a lot of luck with those. I mean, Yokohamas are like Michelins, but they're much more affordable because they don't spend a fortune on marketing. At least not in this country. And then the Nexans, are very reliable. I'd say better than average quality tire. So we've had zero complaints about either. Of course, we can get any type of tire we want. But the Nexans and Yokohamas are popular because of the value proposition. All right, so let's enter the office area. And you've seen this before, not much has changed. So I actually custom programmed oil change labels. So we've got our own ASM Auto oil change labels, which look really good. And here's the kids' play area with a, believe it or not, that is a functional VCR. So, and I think there's actually a VHS tape over there. I don't remember what it, you know, let's find out. Oh, Pocahontas. Yippee. There's probably a rare Barbie in here somewhere too. You know, the Barbie from the 50s. I'm just kidding. All right, I still have the COVID stuff up, like the shields and whatnot. Hey, you know, whatever. All right, there's some batteries for you. Keep some batteries in stock. We go with Napa, not just because we're Napa Auto Care Center, but because they're the most reliable we've found. So here's the seating area for customers. They've got coffee. They've got options for coffee, soda, etc. There's some of our certificates and diplomas up on the wall. Got some nice reading materials for people. All right, walking around the counter. Walking around, there's the guest bathroom. Oh, I didn't show you the employee bathroom. It's actually not bad, but it's not as fancy. We got a jade plant there. I forget what that is, but that plant's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome, actually. We bring that, it's going to go out to the shop soon because it really likes humidity. So it stays in the shop over the summer and purifies the air. It's kind of like, it's like an employee, but it never lets you down. All right, so moving over here. It just drops some of its leaves once in a while, so I guess it lets itself down. All right, got a couple of workstations. Here's kind of my workstation. I've got 2 screens because I do some side work out of here. I actually have an engineering degree, so I stamp engineering drawings for a local contractor, and it helps to have the dual screens. I also have a programming background, so I do some stuff with, like, you know, basically coding, application development, some of that. Here is our natural fish tank. I think the fish are doing well. The problem is I need to add some more because they're not keeping up with the algae or the waste generation. So I need to restock some of my Cory catfish, some of my Otto sinkless catfish, and after that I'd like to add a couple more tetras. Those tetras have actually been with us since the beginning. All right, and here is what could be an office. It's more storage, so there's like U-Haul stuff. You see a couple of dollies there. Here's where I keep all the invoices while they're in process. Then when they're processed, they end up in there, or, you know, with like some of the stuff we have to lock up, they end up in there. I'll show you that later. But yeah, it can be a functional office. I've got 2 desks here. At one time, I think it was used as an office. I got a couch back there. That's nice. Maybe I can move in here and just live here. So here's where some of my Diag stuff is. There's the monitor that came with my Snap-on Zeus, which I haven't set up yet. This is actually a utility cart for U-Hauls. So that's our U-Haul service cart. You've got, I know it's a different type of, it's not for that purpose, but that actually works well as a brush for brushing out the back of U-Hauls. I've got a tire pressure gauge. I have the Milwaukee tire inflator M18. It's great. The Milwaukee handheld M18 dry vac or dry wet vac, also great. Some cleaning stuff for U-Hauls. And here's one of my drawers. So this is like my favorite pair of flush cutters in here at Knipex, and then there's my little Knipex dudes. That's in my pocket. That's a Streamlight. The most awesome utility knife ever made, like the Snap-on auto loading knife, which is cool. And back here somewhere, oh yeah, I've got a lifetime supply of Snap-on razor blades for it. I've got the Quinn version of those Milwaukee scissors, which are so great. I'd say it's it's close in quality to the Milwaukee's. It basically functions the same, so it's nice. Milwaukee's have a couple of extra features on them, but overall, they're pretty much the same thing. Here's a couple of alligator clips that I salvaged from a piece of equipment that I tossed, and I've actually got banana plug, connectors coming. I think that's what you call them, like for what goes in the multimeter and whatnot. I mean, basically the ones you can attach anything to the end of. So so I've got like I've got the plug leads coming, which I'm gonna solder onto this, so that way I can attach anything I want on the other end. Then I've got a Mac creeper. I've got the green theme going. So I've got the Mac creeper, and then I did that BOGO deal where you get the Mac battery charger. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you that. You probably saw those in the video. There's a couple more of the, or the jumpers, sorry. There's a couple more of the jumpers out there. There's one of the portable chargers that came in the BOGO deal for the Mac. There's a rigid fan, rigid right angle, rigid, I forget what you call those, multi-tools. Yeah, multi-tool. There's a Milwaukee M18 drill. And there's a Klein Tools that actually tests light transmission. So you can basically test the tint on car windows. Down here, there's my Snap-on Zeus. It's actually the I don't know if you can see it from here. Let me get closer. Let's get this U-Haul cart out of the way. So that is as you can see at the top, that is the 100th anniversary Zeus. There's a little dongle next to it. There's my Snap-on multimeter, the fancy one. But that's the one that you can actually, view remotely through an app on your phone. All right, I think that we're getting pretty close. Oh, that's right. I got to show you. I'm not going to show you guys the shed because it's really not worth it. It's not that interesting. It's mostly like scrap, where we put all our scrap parts for the scrappers that show up and take them from us. There's a cool Snap-on mirror. Oh, we also have these things are sweet. These Yale combination locks. I've got one there. I've got one here. It's like the digital keypad locks, but they do have a regular key lock at the bottom. They're great. They've worked fantastic. So coming in here, we keep important stuff locked in here, and just storage for like office things, like paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. There's our security system. We have cameras all over the place. There's the recorder. Yeah, good stuff. We got I keep all my U-Haul stuff in there, and then old customer files and whatnot. Anything that's paper. So that basically is the shop. This chair I got from the Seeds program, and I didn't have a choice on the color, but it's kind of funky, especially when you put it in the middle of a shop where you don't have those types of colors. But it's super comfortable, and it's a really good chair. So I've kind of warmed up to it, and I kind of dig the funky color. Hey, and you can't beat free. All right, well, I think that pretty much does it for today's video. I've got some things I need to take care of around the shop, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.